Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The rumors started to circulate quietly, the kind of whisper that begins behind closed locker room doors and slowly leaks into the wider basketball conversation, and it centers on Austin Tyler Reaves, the German-American shooting guard who has carved out a unique identity with the Los Angeles Lakers through grit, intelligence, and an almost stubborn belief in team chemistry. According to this speculative chatter, Reaves has reached a personal breaking point regarding his on-court partnership with DALTON KNECHT, the young American prospect who arrived with high expectations and a complex collegiate journey behind him. People close to the situation suggest that this is not about ego or minutes, but about rhythm, trust, and the unspoken language that elite players rely on to survive in the National Basketball Association. Reaves is known for reading the floor like a storyteller reads a room, sensing pauses, momentum shifts, and emotional undercurrents. The rumor claims that playing alongside KNECHT disrupts that internal compass, creating hesitation where confidence should live. In this version of events, Reaves is said to feel that their styles overlap in uncomfortable ways, pulling spacing apart and forcing unnatural decisions. It is whispered that conversations have taken place, not confrontational but firm, where Reaves expressed that continuing this pairing would limit his ability to contribute at the level he believes the team requires. From the outside, this speculation feels dramatic, but inside the high-pressure ecosystem of a famous franchise, small frictions often grow into defining narratives. Reaves has always been portrayed as adaptable, someone who fought through undrafted status, college transfers, and shifting roles to become reliable. That is why the idea of him drawing a line feels shocking and compelling. The rumor paints him as someone who finally decided that adaptability has limits, especially when championship aspirations are involved. DALTON KNECHT, in contrast, represents potential and patience, a player molded by multiple college stops and selected 17th overall in the professional draft, carrying the weight of expectation and development. The speculation suggests that Reaves believes KNECHT still plays with habits shaped by college systems, habits that clash with the improvisational demands of the professional game. Insiders supposedly describe moments where Reaves gestures for movement or spacing that never comes, leading to broken possessions and silent frustration. None of this is confirmed, yet the consistency of the whispers gives the story life. In the world of sports content creation, this is the kind of rumor that fuels endless discussion because it touches on identity, hierarchy, and the invisible tensions that statistics never fully capture. What makes this rumor even more intriguing is how it reframes the narrative around leadership. Reaves has never been the loudest voice, but his influence has grown through example and reliability. The speculation suggests that his stance is less about rejecting KNECHT as a person and more about protecting a vision of how basketball should be played at the highest level. Sources claim that Reaves feels a responsibility to speak up now, rather than silently adjusting and watching the team's flow suffer. This rumored mindset casts him as a reluctant leader, someone who would prefer harmony but refuses to sacrifice clarity. KNECHT, meanwhile, is described in these whispers as hardworking and coachable, yet still searching for his professional identity. The tension, if it exists, is portrayed as structural rather than personal, like two musicians playing in different keys. Reaves supposedly worries that constant adjustment to KNECHT's tendencies pulls him away from his own strengths as a shooting guard who thrives on timing and off-ball movement. In YouTube circles, this speculation is framed as a crossroads moment, where the franchise must decide whether to prioritize immediate chemistry or long-term development, and whether a player like Reaves has earned the right to influence such decisions. The rumor continues to grow when people start connecting dots between subtle body language and lineup changes, reading meaning into every sideline interaction and post-game quote. In this speculative narrative, Reaves is seen as increasingly introspective, more deliberate in his answers, as if choosing words carefully to avoid igniting controversy. Commentators suggest that he understands the power of perception and the scrutiny that comes with playing for a globally recognized team. The idea that he would quietly signal discomfort rather than publicly criticize fits his established persona. DALTON, KNECHT, on the other hand, is framed as largely unaware of the storm, focused on learning and proving himself. This imbalance fuels the rumor further, creating a dramatic contrast between the seasoned contributor and the ambitious newcomer. Fans who buy into the speculation argue that such moments are inevitable in elite sports, where talent density forces difficult conversations. They imagine closed-door meetings, whiteboards covered in diagrams, and calm but intense exchanges about spacing, tempo, and decision-making. Whether true or not, the rumor resonates because it feels plausible within the unforgiving logic of professional basketball. As the story evolves, speculation turns toward the broader implications for the locker room. Reaves is rumored to be well-respected, not just for his skill, but for his professionalism and work ethic. If he truly feels unable to continue sharing the court with KNECHT, that sentiment could quietly influence others, creating subtle shifts in trust and alignment. The narrative suggests that coaches are caught in the middle, balancing development plans with immediate performance demands. Some speculate that this tension is part of a larger identity struggle for the team, a search for cohesion amid constant external pressure. Reaves' rumored stance is framed as a symptom rather than a cause, highlighting the difficulty of blending different basketball educations and timelines. KNECHT's journey through multiple colleges is seen as both a strength and a challenge, giving him versatility but also ingrained habits that require unlearning. The rumor does not paint a villain, instead presenting a complex human situation where good intentions collide with competitive reality. For a YouTube audience, this layered speculation offers endless angles, from psychology to strategy, making it fertile ground for debate. In the end of this first wave of rumor, the central question lingers like unresolved music. Can two talented players with overlapping skills and different developmental paths truly coexist at the highest level, or does chemistry sometimes demand difficult separations? The speculation around Austin Reaves allegedly refusing to continue alongside DALTON KNECCHT taps into a deeper truth about professional sports, where success is not only about talent, but about fit, timing, and mutual understanding. Whether this rumor fades or grows, it has already captured attention by humanizing the game, reminding fans that behind every highlight there are conversations, compromises, and occasionally, firm boundaries drawn in pursuit of excellence. The second part of this speculative saga dives deeper into the imagined consequences, painting a picture of what could unfold if these whispers hold even a fraction of truth. In this version of events, Austin Reaves is portrayed as someone weighing loyalty against legacy, aware that his prime years demand clarity and alignment. The rumor suggests he has spent long hours reviewing film, not to criticize, but to understand why certain possessions feel forced when DALTON KNECCT shares the floor. Observers claim that Reaves believes basketball at the highest level should feel intuitive, almost effortless, and when it does not, something fundamental is wrong. This speculation frames his alleged refusal as a last resort, not an impulsive reaction. KNECCT, still early in his professional arc, is imagined as eager to adapt, yet perhaps overwhelmed by the speed and complexity of the league. The narrative suggests that Reaves fears becoming a constant translator on the court, explaining reads that should be instinctive. For a YouTube storyteller, this angle transforms the rumor into a meditation on mentorship, asking whether every young player can be integrated smoothly, or whether some pairings are simply mismatched despite individual quality. As the rumor spreads, it begins to influence how fans interpret every strategic decision. Lineups are scrutinized, rotations dissected, and even practice footage is imagined as evidence of underlying tension. In this speculative world, Reaves is said to prefer lineups that emphasize movement and spacing, allowing him to operate as a connector rather than a fixer. KNECCT's presence, according to the whispers, introduces moments of static play, where reads slow down and opportunities evaporate. This is not framed as incompetence, but as a natural adjustment curve that clashes with Reaves' current needs. The rumor gains traction because it aligns with a broader narrative about win now pressure versus development patience. Fans who believe it argue that Reaves has earned the right to advocate for an environment that maximizes his impact. Those skeptical counter that growth requires discomfort and that established players must sometimes sacrifice for the future. This tension fuels endless debate, exactly the kind that thrives in long-form sports commentary. The speculation also explores the emotional dimension, imagining how it feels to be DALTON KNECHT in this scenario. Drafted 17th overall, he arrives carrying both confidence and vulnerability, aware that every move is evaluated through a magnifying glass. The rumor paints him as respectful of Reaves, perhaps even admiring his journey, yet sensing distance and hesitation on the court. This imagined dynamic adds a layer of quiet drama, where neither player wants open conflict, but both feel the strain of unspoken expectations. Reaves is speculated to struggle with guilt, knowing that his stance could impact KNECT's confidence and trajectory. This internal conflict humanizes him, portraying a player torn between compassion and competitive necessity. In YouTube narration style, this becomes a story about choices that have no clean answers, only trade-offs that shape careers and locker rooms. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, as talk continues, some speculate about how management might respond if such concerns were formally expressed. Would they prioritize Reaves' established contribution or double down on KNECT's potential as a long-term asset? The rumor imagines behind-the-scenes discussions where analytics, scouting reports, and personal testimonies collide. Reaves is said to argue from experience, emphasizing feel and flow, elements that rarely appear in spreadsheets. KNECT supporters counter with projections and developmental curves, urging patience. This imagined debate reflects a larger philosophical divide within modern basketball, between measurable output and intangible chemistry. The story resonates because it mirrors conversations happening across the league, making this specific rumor feel symbolic rather than isolated. For content creators, the speculative nature of this story is its greatest strength. It invites audiences to question how much agency players should have in shaping their surroundings, and when speaking up becomes a responsibility rather than a distraction. Reaves' rumored refusal is framed as a mature, if controversial, assertion of standards. KNECT's situation becomes a reminder of how fragile early professional years can be, shaped not only by personal effort, but by fit and perception. This narrative encourages empathy for both sides, resisting the urge to crown heroes or villains. It also underscores the idea that success in the National Basketball Association is a collective puzzle, where even small misalignments can have outsized effects. In the closing stretch of this speculative second part, the rumor settles into a broader reflection on the nature of rumors themselves. Whether or not Austin Reaves truly refuses to play alongside DALTON KNECCT, the persistence of this story reveals how fans crave insight into the unseen layers of the game. It speaks to a desire to understand not just what happens on the court, but why it feels the way it does. The rumor functions as a lens, focusing attention on chemistry, communication, and the emotional labor of professional athletes. In that sense, its truth becomes almost secondary to its impact, sparking conversation, debate, and a deeper appreciation for the complexity of team sports at the highest level. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.